All right. Hey, everybody. Is that how every YouTube video starts? The host goes, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. I don't know. I gotta come up with the beginning, an opening something. Anyways. Hey, everybody. This is Dave Co, and I'm going to talk about how to do titles or how to use text in After Effects. No, in Premiere, Adobe Premiere, CC, Premiere Pro CC 2019. A friend of mine, it may or may not be the same friend that asked for the how to edit faster video. He or someone else may have had some questions about how to align text because he's a designer and they're used to, zipping around in Illustrator and Photoshop, aligning text and just, laying out things very simply, like with short keys and blah, blah, blah. Premiere is not really optimized for manipulating text around the screen, but you can still do some basic things with it. So typically someone might take a clip. Let's see, let's pick a random clip, put it in, and scrub through and say, I want to lay some text, maybe some text over here. It's one of those things. It takes like a second to figure out once you know where everything is. So for those of you who don't want to watch the rest of the video, should I just cut to the chase or make you watch a little more so my YouTube retention is better? Really, it's one of those things where it seems like, why doesn't this piece of software do what you want it to do? And you're trying to figure out, like, for the longest time, where is this thing? And, unless you go look it up or read the manual, which people don't, I don't think Adobe comes with the manual, right? Because you just download it, like you subscribe to it and you Anyway, so if you look down in the description, you can cut forward to the secret spot for manipulating text and stuff. But I'll show you what people do usually is to go into the text tool. Again, short key is T, which is right here, or you can just go and click on the T, and then go up to your destination screen or your program screen, and then click, and I'll write Dave Co. That's me. And then I'm gonna even write another piece of text. Dave Co. What should I say that I am? Well, this is an editing video, so I'll say editor. If you want to manipulate your text, you do have to select the text. So make sure that you are in your type tool. If you're in your selection tool, if you try to select your text and drag, you're just going to move it around. So make sure you're in your type tool, select the text, or you can just double click, select everything. And if you go into your effects control, which is up here, effects control, this is where I think people get lost a little bit. So if you manipulate any of these variables, then it will move your text, but it moves the whole screen. It's not just moving the text that you selected. So this top part under video effects, even your opacity, all that stuff, is like a global controller or global editor effects controls for that whole page for your text layer on your timeline, if that makes sense. But if you want to just manipulate one piece of text at a time, element, you have to go all the way down. Okay, so as you can see, there are these two text layers, which when I click them, you see the red rectangle that tells you which piece of text that you're working with. They both reside in this video layer here, which is right here, so you can see that. And this sits on top of our piece of video, which is me, right there. So now to change the sizes, whatever, you can go and select your piece of text that you want to change the size of and go into it and open this, and we'll make it a little smaller. Let's see, somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. And then just for the sake of clarity, I'll close this tab and open this tab, so we see all the control for the word editor, that piece of text. So I'm gonna make it smaller, make sure I select everything and make it smaller, and maybe I will change it to a different, let's go bold. Bam. Not doing that. I gotta make it the opposite way, so I'm going to make it this one bold. Now I have them both open, so they're just stacked on top of each other there. Let's make this guy bold, and then let's make this guy ultra thin, ultra light, or maybe just light. Okay, so something like that. Now you can go make sure if you're not manipulating the controls of the text, then you want to move it around. Make sure you're in this tool with the selection tool. Again, V for selection tool. And so, okay, so we get to the heart of my friend's question, which was how do you align text and, how do you manipulate text around? There is an align tool. You can do it by eye, that, eyeball it. You can eyeball it, do something like that. And then you have like your graphic, okay? So see my name and see this guy here, target looking thing, which is a circle and in a crossbar or crosshair called an anchor point. So if you watch my selection tool, as I hover over that circle, it turns into the anchor point mover tool. And so I can do that, and I can try to line it up straight by eye again, and zoom in and all that stuff. Or I can just press the command. Here is the first super tip. Okay, so here's the first super tip. You press the command key, and then you press. And then you drag your thing around, and it tells you where your these different sort of points are where it can line up. So you just make sure you're lined up, crosshair across. Okay, so that's centered, and that's how you center your anchor point. And why would you move your anchor point? Because it didn't move the text. Like when I moved this around, it didn't move the text around. But if you do any kind of manipulating of that text, like say you want to do like some kind of a crazy scale, or maybe you want to do something crazy like rotate it, put on an angle, or spin it, and then it lands on 0. So you want to do something crazy like that. What it's doing is it's telling Premiere that you want to use that as its reference point for scaling, for rotation, for position, all of that stuff. Now, that is not the problem that we are trying to solve. And we can do it by eye, like I said, and I will purposely misalign it a bit. Or we can do, and this is the big tip, guys. This is the main event. This is the main tip. This is the part where you could have skipped all the stuff before and just come to this part, because this is the problem that I'm solving for my friend. So he was asking about how come in Premiere you can't align things, like I have to, do this, or I have to bring up the ruler and slide the guides and try to align it. Okay. If the last one was a super tip, this is the super tip. All right, so at the very top, there are these different words. And these are types of workspaces. Now, I've condensed my workspace into one screen. Usually I work on 2 screens when I'm editing. But anyways, so graphics. If you go into graphics, this is the the killer super tip right here. Alright, so if you go into graphics, you'll see that here's a bunch of like pre-made templates. Anyways, you can grab one of these things and pull it into your timeline. So you can come in here, let's take a look, and you can see, come on gaming intro, you can see this is the graphic like template, and you can change these if you double click on this layer here. So with these templates you can go, and they've actually built out like so you can change this top title which says league, and you can say, I don't know, pre-league, kids league, something. Okay, and it'll change it to kids league, and then the play we can say stop. You know, kids league stop. Okay, so then you can pick this part and render it out because it's a graphic that needs to be rendered. So you can go and just render the effect into out. With the magic of computers, the magic of editing, we will now fast forward. Okay, so let's play this thing and see what we waited 5 years for this thing to render out. That was I'm sorry. So if you go again up here, look at the browse. If you click on browse, there's a ton of these different types of things. But if you want to just do simple graphics like we were talking before, like this, then you can just hit the graphics tab here in your workspace, among your workspace tabs, and then press edit, and there's your, oops, I forgot to double click. Hold on. Forgot to double click my graphics clip. So here's my Dave Co type and editor type, and I can manipulate them however I want. I can center them. Oh wait, I have to select them both. Let's see. You can select them both this way by holding the shift key and clicking on both, or you can get into your selection tool and just click and drag, and then line them up with this. You can line them up this way, you can center it, you can overlap it centered. So that's it. I hope that helps. Yeah, it's one of those things where like you're learning a piece of software and then it's just like right under your nose, but you don't know where it is. So you spend like half an hour looking for it, but you're like, forget it, I'm not even gonna look for it because I can just eyeball it or whatever. But if someone just tells you where it is, then it's like it's all there, and all the familiar tools are there. It's not a super powerful thing in Premiere. It's not meant to be that. Premiere's not really, it's an editing tool. It's not really a graphics tool. If you want to do these kind of more interesting, complicated things, and you can do them in After Effects, bring them into Premiere, and you know, do it that way. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully you will sign in and take a look at my other videos. If you haven't already, like, thumbs up, and subscribe if you are interested and you want to get some more videos that I make. Make sure you hit the bell, which will notify you when I release a video. I'm trying to do one once a week, and I try to release it on Fridays, but I have 3 very young kids, and so and work and everything else, so it's not always going to be released on Friday. So just click the bell and you will know when the next video comes out. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye, ciao, boo boo boo, bam. Wait, what's my sign off again? I have to come up with a good sign off thing. Now I'm 2 videos in. I don't know. I think last time I said ciao ciao. Is that good? Ciao ciao. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright, ciao ciao.